One thing that I think makes Fortnite really, really unique is that it's one of the only games, in my personal experience, that it feels like it's always changing. There is literally always something going on. And this is one of the big reasons why I wanted to make content on this game, is because there was literally never a dull moment. Like, there's always someone who has a crazy take. There's always someone who has, a really, really wild opinion or a really awesome concept about the game. But this could also be one of Fortnite's detriments as well. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, over the last couple of days, over the last about month or so, I believe, there's been a lot of talk about the future of Fortnite, the current state of Fortnite. And I'm not here to say that there's anything wrong with people making videos about, the current state of the game, how people are feeling about it, how they feel about it. But I feel like everybody kind of always has this like really dramatic sort of perception of Fortnite, I guess, and the things that happen within it. Now, I do make a lot of videos that are critiquing Fortnite, and I give my opinion on certain things that I think, are strange, that are weird, that are bad changes, that are good changes. I do community reactions. But no matter what they do in Fortnite, like I always have predictions. Sometimes I may go a little bit overboard in saying that I think Fortnite will lose players because of this. I think this is going to be detrimental to the game, things like that. And I sometimes I just say those things in the heat of the moment, to be honest. But I think that a lot of people bring it really, really too far. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video with the Fortnite cycle. As you guys know, when a new season comes out, of course, there's going to be a spike in, interest in the game, and everyone's excited and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the best update ever, best season, this is looking crazy and everything. And the best example of this is if you go to Fortnite's Twitter, Fortnite's Instagram, the YouTube, and you look at the most recent, not the most recent, or the oldest comments on that video, or even the ones that just have the most likes, there will always be people saying like, use me as the Fortnite is back button, or, Fortnite is back, I'm so proud to be a fan of this game. This looks awesome, best season ever. And then you look back and you're like, okay, that really was not that good of a season. People were really, really, really hyped about that, but that just comes with Fortnite, and that's something that I do love, is how passionate people are in this community. And I think that's kind of ironic, because a lot of the times what people have been talking about surrounding Fortnite and surrounding the issues with the current state of the game are that the issues with the community, and that, it's not as tightly knit as it was before, or that the Fortnite community is like spoiled and things like that. And that people do definitely have a case for that, but I just don't think it's as big of a deal as people make it out to be. And here is why. There are a few things in Fortnite that are going to happen. There's like inevitable things that are going to happen. One, people are going to complain. People aren't going to like certain things. People are going to be upset by certain things, and some things are just going to be blown out of proportion. Another thing is Fortnite clickbait, right? People are always going to clickbait Fortnite content. There's always going to be somebody lying about something coming out. The third thing is rumors. People are always going to have rumors. There's always going to be leaks, things like that. But a fourth thing is that people are always going to get bored. And this happens every single season, and people react to it the same exact way. I like to look at seasons like this one, like Chapter 6 Season 2. This feels like a filler season. Like how in anime or like shows in general, they will have filler episodes. Chapter 6 Season 2 is one of those filler seasons, especially now that I know that the thing coming after this is like, a Star Wars themed mini season. Like, come on, man. You really think Fortnite put that much effort into this? And to be honest with you guys, that might sound a little bit bad to be like, oh, like not to expect Fortnite to put a ton of effort into original content anymore, but that's just kind of the way that Fortnite is going. I mean, if they know that they could touch an entirely new audience, they could do all types of groundbreaking things with the game in a new collab season that's going to have all types of eyes on it just because it's a new IP inside of Fortnite. Why would they put as much effort into this when they could be focusing on that? I think that's a big reason why people are seeing like kind of boredom with Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 2 and just saying that it doesn't feel the same. And this happens a lot with Fortnite. Ever since Chapter 1 left, people have been saying Fortnite hasn't felt the same, but there's kind of this cycle. Like I said, people are really excited about, the beginning of seasons, but then around the midpoint when, updates slow down, Fortnite is working on stuff way off in the future, because they work on stuff, years in advance, like seasons in advance. They could maybe be working on the newest map right now. We have no idea the stuff that they could be working on right now, making concepts and things like that. And we even see that with survey skins. Around this time, around the midpoint of every single season, is when people start to say, oh my gosh, wait a second, player counts are lower than they were at the beginning of the season. And I think people kind of freak out. And I had this kind of vibe with Cypher PK's video when he made like Fortnite isn't the same anymore. It's like the reason people feel that way is because this is the midpoint of the season and there's not much hype. In Fortnite, to be honest, the bar is set really, really high in terms of hype, because when Fortnite is hype, you guys, Fortnite is like freaking hype. Like it is crazy. crazy. Like, everybody is talking about Fortnite, and the rumors are going crazy, and the, theories are going crazy, and everybody's so excited. Everyone's making content. They're playing the game. It's really, really exciting. So, like, Fortnite's hype is nothing in comparison to just about any other game's hype, in my opinion, especially in terms of the community and how, like, tightly, like, close together the community is at those times. During the middle of the season, when there aren't as many people theorizing, we kind of know what's going to happen, especially with the Star Wars season. It's pretty much confirmed that that's probably what's going to happen. The Death Star is in the files, and it's probably going to show up in the sky and things like that. When people were theorizing about season 3 being a Star Wars themed season, that no one was saying that the Fortnite community was, bad then, or like no one cares anymore then. Everybody was saying like, dang, this is so hyped. This is going to be awesome. And I think people just kind of get lost in the fact that this is a dull moment for Fortnite. And even the dull moments of Fortnite are really, really, really high. Like, they would be highs for any other game. I just think Fortnite is held to a really, really high standard. And this cycle of like I put in the thumbnail, we're back and then it's over, and then it's we're back and we're over. Normally people will make cycles kind of like this one I'm putting up on screen, where there's individual different like things that happen. I think it's really kind of black and white. It's like either we're back, Fortnite is back, best game ever, or it's over, Fortnite is trash, it's done, it's dead, I'm quitting, nobody cares anymore. And the game still has 500k daily players, and that is a low for Fortnite. So what I'm trying to say here, you guys, is even though I understand this, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. Sometimes I do feed into this cycle of like, Fortnite is back, and then, oh dang, Fortnite's over, man. It's so boring right now. It's over. I don't know. The future's looking kind of bleak. I am going to try to do better at that, because that does get exhausting. I'm not going to lie, especially when every time I say, oh, this isn't looking good. This isn't looking good. Fortnite always comes back with something absolutely groundbreaking and something that hypes me up like beyond anything else that they've done before. So what I'm trying to say, you guys, is just try not to be so dramatic with the game. And even with like content creators, try not to be so like, dramatic with it. You know what I mean? It's just, it's not that bad. Fortnite will be back. It always bounces back every single time. It's like when Stephen Curry has a bad game. If any of you guys watch basketball, if Steph has a bad game, the next game is going to be a banger. And that's exactly how Fortnite and Epic Games are. But let me know what you guys think about this trend with Fortnite content in the community down below in the comments. What do you guys think that I could do better in terms of this? Let me know down below. Drop a like on today's video. You watched all the way to the end of this mini rant / yapping session. Drop a like for me. Subscribe to the channel. I make videos like these every single day. Use code PROZEROYTE to help support me further. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.